Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to finish these Death Dealer cards. That's what I'm calling them. And I'm going to show you what I do. The only thing I added since I saw you last is the In the Dead of Night. Just on this one. But we still have something to put at the top of that one. And I thought I would pick out this Toxic since it has to do with death and that kind of thing. I've put some scrap paper I had on the back. Of course, the kind of burgundy, rosy color is kind of in the kit, so I thought that would work with these scraps that I had. So we just have to trim those down, and yep, get to it. I want to thank everybody for coming to visit and spend a little time with me and see what I got to show you today. This is another one of those mixed media kind of stamp and stencil sets. The only thing I could go by is the stencil part, which is a stone and a slate, but it's THMM 112. They never did really have names to them. They were just like little codes like that, I guess you could say. All right, so I need to get a stamp block up here. I have my archival ink right here ready to stamp the top. I'm going to get the Toxic out of here. And I may find a way to use some of these mushrooms in my poke kit. I'm trying to get it figured out. I got to go through and see how much I'm spending. I never really do that. I never go through and figure out how much I've spent on each thing. But this one is, I'm putting no stops on it. I've got the, what is it? The paper. I've got the ink to deal with. I've got all kinds of stuff to deal with. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll deal with that. I might actually, when I do the other ones. Okay, let's go ahead and finish these, and then we'll go back and see if I can do a better job with these on the stamp press. Because I'm not really crazy about that. But anyhow, let's go ahead and trim our pieces here. And yeah, I've been thinking I need to just go ahead and print all 4 kits. I've got 4 books I'm doing. Now when I did those daisy journals, I said I said I was never going to do 4 at one time ever again. And I had intended to do only 3. But I have somebody that's interested, besides the 2 that I knew was going to get them, and I needed one for the shop. So that's where the 4th one came in. Now, if she doesn't want that 3rd one doesn't want it, I'll just send it on to the shop. Because those other 2 stayed in there, and then they finally sold. I'm hoping to get them done, or at least one of them done, to go to the shop before the end of September, because that's when the Magic and Mayhem or something's going on. Now I'm going to use a 7mm little thingy. I don't want it to be a point. I know it's a plain card. I don't want a point on it. That is the thing. Okay. This one looks more like a splash zone up on that one. Oh well. Okay, let's get those off of there. Now what I did was I went ahead and did the little, the heart and the, where are they at? They're over in here. I got to dig them out. Yeah, so I've got this kit here. That is the Inspector CMS 465 that has the suits. Suits? How would you say that? So what I did is I went with the spade for this one and the heart for this one. I think that's how I did it. Because I wanted 2 different styles. And then I just went up here at the top and just pressed it on. Yep, just like that. Then I came over here to the other corner, just like a regular set of cards. And this one, I don't have as much room, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and put it down. There. Now, I need to stamp that off somewhere. This one's being well used for stamp offs. And I have the heart. I figured since it had to do with his unrequited love for Lenore or whoever, his wife, Virginia, I was going to use, and this is the aged mahogany ink. I thought that color would go really well with this set. So that goes right there. And then the other side. And I had to prompt these, or whatever you call it, season them, because I hadn't been using any of these little soots. So I had to stamp them several times, as you can see over here from where I did the other ones. I went ahead and got those finished. So there we go. We have that on there. Now, the next step, and let me get this off and set this to the side. And so much is in the way. And now, what I wanted to do is, I've got a small letter set here that it's from this. It doesn't even have a name. It's just got a barcode kind of a thing, but it's Craft Factory Creations. I can't recall if I got that at Hobby Lobby or not, but it probably was. So anyhow, I used the word death. I've got the word death going on there. So what we're going to do is going to put that. This one, I can do it on both sides, but the other one I can't. And see, this one's going to be really close. There we go. And this side is going to be a whole lot better. And I'm coming down right from that point. There we go. And this one, I can only get it on the top one. Oh well. Hope everyone is feeling fine today. It feels like it's a nice hot day outside. A little send off to the end of summer, which is coming around. You can always see the shadows sort of moving. Okay, so how I finish the edges, I need this. This goes on here. I've got my Vintage Photo Oxide right here. We're going to put us a bunch on there. And then I kind of just went around like this. I'm going to be moving this foam. I hope it doesn't have a fit like it did last time. I really don't know why the jiggles came onto it, because I didn't have much in the storage. I've been trying to keep up with that, where I can it when I know it's already been posted on my channel or uploaded. But I don't know. It's probably the phone. I got one of those mobiles, T-Mobiles, and I've not been happy with it ever since I got it, I have to say. It was supposed to be a better deal. Yeah, I noticed right away I had a lag in anything that was going to load, and maybe it's where I'm at in the country. It doesn't work so hot, but he did some kind of a test kind of thing and said it would. Oh well. Okay, and I'm just doing like maybe a 1/2 of an inch kind of a swirl up through here on the edge, just to give it a little bit of age, you know. But we're going to kind of go in a few spots, and I'm going to do this on the next color I use too, kind of like that, just to give it some variation. You don't want it to be all samey. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's good. Now, next color I used was my favorite Scorched Timber. So I don't need this anymore. And what I did is I just took it and held my card up, and I did like my little angle thing. You know, it depends on what angle you use when you're doing your edges to how it will turn out. Like I said, the corner, if you keep going over the corner, it gives you a nice soft rounded corner. Like in here, I'm going to go in a little bit with the dark, so I have a variation in line. Down here a little bit too. And then I need a little bit over here because that's too samey. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a nice one. Maybe right there too. Yep, see? And then, oh, I did need to do the back too. I did a little bit on the backs of these. So, I've been trying to get organized. I got stuff all over this room. It's ridiculous. And I've got stuff in my little trays, but they're everywhere. So it's crazy. The life of a crafter, right? I was saying that I would like to have more room, and I sure would. That's for sure. It's just, I either need to get a bunch of these books downstairs and use the shelves. I don't know. The left side over here is my genealogy side. And then the right and the rest of it was sort of my reading. I have a bunch of books that I've bought over the years before I got really into the Kindle. Once I got into the Kindle, you know, the books didn't come to hand as much. I do grab one now and then. A lot of times I say, well, if I've already bought it, I'm not going to get it on the Kindle. But in some cases, it's more convenient, you know. If I knew I was going to read it more than once, which is my case, I like to read stuff. If I really like it, 4, 5, 12 times, it doesn't matter. You know, over the course of time, my old brain's going to forget it anyway. All right. So, there we go. Now, I think I need to address the Gothic situation with my stamp press. Okay. We're going to do our stamping now. I've got all of my cards out. The Gothic, I want right up here in the center. And if you haven't used one of these before, it's like you center the stamp down like you'd be stamping with it. I'm trying to make sure it's right in the dead center. Although it might look, yeah. I didn't get the other one quite in the center, and that's going to bother me. But yeah, there we go. That's good. So let me push this down and get it to ink in it. And see how she turns out. There. A lot of people have that, like a knob or something that they use. I've also found just using a rag that will slide against the surface will do just as good. Oh, see, it's not taking it. I probably need a new one of this one as well. See if I can hold it and push it a little better. It's getting there. It looks like it moved on me. How did it do that? Let's see. I don't think it would hurt that it moves a little bit because, you know, it might look older that way. You moved a lot that time, didn't it? Oh, dear. Let's see what we can do with what we got here. All right. I'm good with that. I'll show them all to you after I get done. They're basically the same, but you know, you might want to see what I've got done. Now, I need to make sure I'm down in the corner. I'm still learning this thing. So down in the corner, make sure I'm against the edges. Put my block down. Put my stamp down. About right there. Okay. Pick it up. Oh, goodness. Maybe the heat's getting to me. I was going to try to show you another page that I'm working on for the journal. I actually have a couple of them figured out. So I'll be able to show you something else in this video, so it's just not the same old, same old. That did really well. Yeah. Let's see what else I got here. Oh yeah, I like that. That did well. Oops. And put this one in. Get it centered. I don't trust it, you know, because each one of these cards was different. That's why I'm taking it off. But if you was to do multiples of something and have it all done on this, then you would have it in the exact same spot you need it to be in for each stamping. Yeah, don't pay attention to what I'm doing. I just kind of cut them out of that one paper, and I didn't do it quite even on each side. There were some cases where I had to trim off an edge and that kind of thing. Okay, I think that's good. So we're going to cap this baby. And we're going to put this over here. And I'm going to show you what I got. I do have some more stamping to do, so I'll probably pull this back over for the next project. But here are the Death Dealer cards. Here are the, I don't know, the hearts, the suit. The suit of hearts, I guess you would say. Yeah. That one, you can kind of see I got a little off on the stamping. That one I was dead on. I've got the Toxic a little wonky. And where's the other one? Oh, here's the one I just got done doing. You know, I should have done that one as well. He needs some help. So we'll do that one, but I'll do it in a minute. Here's the other ones, which are the spades. And he has the casket situation. And the backs are a little different on them. So, some, you know, I was just using my scraps. Whatever I had that was in, like, the tans and the, yeah. The tans, the reds, the rosy colors. Okay, as I'm doing this one, like I said, that is not going to work for me. That I'm off. So there's a specimens one here. Can you see it? I got a glare and everything else. But I'm going to pop that baby right here beside it. Just like that. And I'm going to let that one take care of that area there. Just so I'll be happy. I can't hurt it any more than I already have. Let's see if I can use my other angle. Yeah, well that side's got a little ink on it. Alright, let's see what I got. Ooh, I actually like it light like that. That first one is all we need. Check that out. See how I fixed it? I rebalanced it by putting that to the side. Plus, he's lower on that side, and he's a specimen. He's a specimen. All right, let me get this these cards taken away. I'll clean my little goodie here, and then I'll be back for the next one, which we're going to do more stamping on here. Okay, for the next project and page, we're going to be using this skeleton. And I love this crow. I've used him quite often. And I've got to figure out how to use this guy. It's got an owl in it and everything. But I can probably use it as a chandelier. I guess that's what that thing is. This is Haunted Mansion CMS 091. Witch Hazel. I've used that before in the last Halloween journals I did. And these are the red rubber. Now, the other day, I did not pay attention to how I was doing this with the red rubber ones. But from my understanding, you're supposed to take out the black. And maybe I can put that back in there. And we're going to have this down in the bottom corner, I guess. Actually, I'll do it in the upper corner because it's going to be sort of like a pocket. Well, I need to scoot down there. It's supposed to be a hanging man. That's what it's going to end up being. Because this is like the story of the black cat. And I believe he either hung his wife or something. Something happened. And I want it to be over here really close and to the edge kind of thing. Yeah. That's about where I want it to be. Now, gotta get in here. I'm gonna get this out of the way and do our black. Let me scooch over so you can kind of see. Sorry about the glare. And I'm going ahead and using this archival jet black. Is what I'm using. It's got all these little numbers and lines and stuff on him, but I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, let's see about getting him on here and how he's going to work out. Oh yeah, he did really well the first time. His arm needs a little help. I can see where it really didn't go off of the stamp. I don't know why. So I'll make sure I push a little harder in that one location. But other than that, I think he's good. Maybe just two pressings will be all I need. Okay, here's the hand. It didn't get anything. All right. Oop, yep. Fine and dandy. Okay, so that's how this turned out. Turned out pretty good. Let me tilt this where you won't get that glare. And then I need to get my other few pieces. All right, I've got my 3 other pieces here. I'm going to put this down, start inking. I don't know if you're wanting to see all of this, but I thought I'd do at least 2. And I'll do the other 2 off camera. So you can kind of see how it works. I'm going to rub it. I really need to read his stories again to make sure I've got all this information right. But I thought he hung somebody. And there was something about the black cat. And his wife wouldn't let him kill the cat or something. So he kills her and bricks her up in a wall. So I didn't know whether to try to do something with brick. Now I'm still having trouble with that hand. It's still wet, so let me get in there. Oh, that's better. Okay. That one's done. So, yeah. I need to I need to study Poe. I was finding a few stories though the other day offline, and I copied a few out. I didn't know if I was going to be able to put these in the book. Like I'd have a little booklet kind of a thing that'll tuck in places. Since it's a Poe journal, you know, it's kind of what I did on the last one. I definitely have the Raven, because that came in the Poe add-on kit that I've got. And that will definitely be in here. Well, I'm just going to town and talking, and I'm already on the 3rd one. But yeah, I thought I would do that and have a few of his pieces in here as well. Okay, that's good. On to the fourth. Just well, go ahead and get it all done. And then I'll come back in and I'll decal edge the edge of this one page. I thought I would do that just to give it something different. I am putting lace there, as you'll see when I start doing the project. I'm trying to get my Gothic on. I don't know that I've got Gothic in me, but I love it. I love to see it. I've been studying what these other ladies have done in their journals and what they are adding to be considered a Gothic. It looks like it's mostly black. Tommy can probably get on here and tell me because she's really knowledgeable about all that. And so, yep, she's done. All right, putting these three over here and putting that back in. And I'll clean my little skelly up and then I'll be right back. All right, I got my decal cutter out here. And we're just going to trim just the wee tip of this. What this is going to be is like a double pocket kind of situation, where there's a pocket on the bottom and a pocket or a tuck going upside. There we go. I'm going to ink that too. I also need to figure out about my rope system here. How I want to hang my guy. Yeah, I got to figure that out. Whoa. This was, I got my decal cutter and my guillotine cutter that I've been using, both from Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy. Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy. Ugh. She's a wonderful crafter, a great friend. We chat all the time. It's good to have a crafting buddy to chat with. Okay. So, this is all four of them. Little dancing skellies. Okay. So, I want to have a little bit of, now let me show you what it's going to be. And we're going to figure out what we need to do for these skeletons. But it's going to be, that's a trim. Okay, this is going to go over to the right, or left. This is the page that I did before. Let me pull all this off. This is the moon page. And remember I did all this on that one page before? I'm probably going to put a picture of Poe right in the center somehow. I know I'm going to be covering up some of this, but I like the outside as an edging. So this is going to go down flat, just get glued down all the way as a background. So I didn't see any of that that's bled through. And then I've got this piece, which I think that was to go on the top. Yes. This is to be the pocket down here at the bottom. And I have this little trim. It needed something right up here at the top. But I'm going to put this little trim there. So it's got something that ties you in with that. And if you look, this is some old steampunk paper somebody gave me. See all the little skeletons? So you're going to be able to see them at the top and the bottom. This is a piece from the ephemera from Poe. It looks like a little crooked there, doesn't it? He goes up at an angle. And all right, I fixed that. But he is to go, this is going next, like that. So it's a tuck and there's a pocket. This is going to go on top here and have a hinge on it. You're going to be able to see the little row of skulls at the top and the bottom. And then there's a piece from, let me see. This Wonders by Wink on Etsy. Kyung. she has a poke kit, and it has this one quote that is from The Black Cat. For the most wild, yet most homely narrative, which I am about to pen, I neither expect nor solicit belief. Okay. And he's pinning and everything here. I like the skeleton concept. But what I figured I would do is I would glue that on this bottom piece here. This flip, you won't see it until you flip it. We're going to ink the back so it won't be so bad. And then there's the word, the black cat, was on one of the other pieces. That's going to go down here at the bottom. And then I have a spider. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the spider. He might be, I might have a web or something over here. Or he may be on this end of the, well, I don't know. I'm still thinking he was the last decision to pick up. The lace will be all under this strip here. So I'm trying to decide whether I need to ink the edge. I might just ink it with Vintage Photo. I think that's good. All right, so let's do that. Let me go ahead and trim this out. Get all my ideas in a row here. And I like that this has got that scrolly edge on the outside of it. Yeah. There we go. A little bit more. Don't want to see any white. So that will get put down on here, right in the center. And I don't need to do anything on the edges. Yeah, I have all these ideas, and I've been making a few things, and it's like I'm trying to figure out how to bring it all together. So I decided I need to just go ahead and print out all my papers, and then I'll have my sub papers, which are the ones that aren't from the Poe kit, figured out. And then I have to probably then figure out how they're going to be placed together against each other. So we're just going to use this some vintage photo. Oh yeah, that's all I needed here. That kind of ties in with the gold and the flowers. I had just gotten this from Hobby Lobby, and I really liked the look of it. It looked Gothic to me. I don't even know if you're going to see this down here. Maybe we'll go ahead and do this side. But this is going to be in the spine. But better safe than sorry, right? Alright, so then let's go ahead and glue down this piece. This is actually a little longer than it needed to be, but it was what was left, and I thought, well, let me just go ahead and use it all. And this is just going to be a pretty base. Yeah, just like this, right up at the corner. I don't want to see any of this paper. It's kind of like a blue, so I'm not sure what else I could get to go with it. But yeah, that'll work. Let me see how it's situating around here. Don't act like it's wanting to go down right. When you dye these papers, they always move, wrinkle. They'll shrink, they'll grow. You just know, you don't know what you're going to get. So you sometimes have to work with them, like I am here, to try to make that flat, actually. All right. I think that's as good as it's going to get. Yeah. And as you see, I have to trim this, because that didn't work out quite right. I've got a lot of trim, or edgings and stuff that's going to go on all the edges of these pages, or most of them. So I'm really excited about that. Now this one little piece up here needs to be trimmed off, because like I said, he's probably one of those growth or shrinking areas. So yeah, these, I already know what I'm going to do with them. So they're going to the side for the other three. Then I have to do the edge of this one and figure out my hinge system, which more than likely I may just make it. Okay, I have put some vintage photo on the back there. I've got a little bit around the outside there, and I'm going to leave it at that. Now I've got to put a hinge here, and I've got this Scotch washi from Walmart, and I'm going to try to do that just along this one edge. I'm going to see if that works. And yeah, just like that, right on that edge where it's got a black line. And I'm going to cut that right there. It's actually a, oh, it's coming off, a stronger washi than what you usually get. I put that little bit of glue on there hoping it would keep it going, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to hold. Well, our next set of trying is a hinge. So let's try that. Okay, I had this piece, I guess it's about 1 inch, scored it in half. So our next try is to go on the back side here, and I'm going to see the one side, so let's use that. Yeah, I need to ink that just a little. This side is the only one you're going to see. This part over here is going to be totally hidden, as you'll see in just a second. Okay, so let's go ahead, glue this down. How far I need to go down? About right there. Alright, so glue my hinge on. Rub it in, get any excess glue coming out as you can. And yeah, you can come around here and move it a little more if you got barely arts glue. You can usually move it a little bit. And I think I'm good where I'm at. Now I'm going to trim just a little bit here. And this whole bunch here. That was just a little extra that I had come off of here. So, you know, we're using it. Now this part is going to be totally hidden. This part here needs to be glued because it's going underneath the pocket. Underneath. Right over top of our quote. Well, it's not moving because I hit that edge. Alright, I want it to be centered so I can see my skulls. And we're going to put it down. And you can burnish it if you would like with something flat. Oh yes, it really pushes it into the paper and gets the glue out. Alright, so that's down. Down for the count. And I guess I could push this part in as well. Yeah. Now our next step is to put our little bit of a trim on the top up there. And I think I'm going to be using fabric tack for that. And I was trying to figure out how far to go over. I don't need much. I think I'll just go about to there, because you'll be able to see it, you know. And let's put that right here. Come on. I knew it needed something up here. And I thought, well, I can tie it into that gold if I use this little trim. Let's put that down to where it's got a little bit sticking up above the pocket. So it looks like it's framing it. Okay. I'm trying to get it as straight as possible. There. I can get that one little piece off. I can always come back and trim later. Once you glue it, you're going to be okay because, let me get this other one. The glue will start holding it together. Oh gosh. That's okay. You're not going to see that part. So, there. Now what we want to do, see, here's our hinge system. Yeah, you always want to get in here and make sure it's not glued together. Especially when you get too close, it does that. All right, now, this is going down first. So I need to go ahead and make sure it's not too big, for one, and it is. So I need to just trim it down just a little bit. This part is not going to be seen. It's going to be under the main pocket tuck. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, now we're going to hold it this way because these three sides are getting glued. And I was going to say you may want to do all three sides and not make it like a tuck system here. Although that could have been the way you did it. You could have like a pocket this way if you chose. But you know. That's what I'm wanting to do now. I done changed my own mind. Okay, let's do that. Make sure I get all that off. I think that'll work better. I stuck that up underneath of there. I thought I got it stuck. Okay, yes, I think that will work better. So let's do it that way. Now I gotta find something to put in that pocket. Although I do have something. I'm going to show that to you here in a little bit. So this goes down here and here. Kind of comes out to the edge. Make sure you're not in the spine in any way. I think I need to move it. Yeah. There. That's why I like Barely Arts, because you've still got time to move some stuff. And yeah, I think we're good there. Oh, you can see that edge of that that paper I put down in there, but I think we're okay. If I put a little bit, oh my gosh, listen to that cat. She's hollering at Roger. That's her buddy. She loves her Roger. All right, next, I'm going to show you what my idea is for this. And I was going to put this down at the bottom. I don't have enough for all journals, but I have enough for at least 2. But I thought I would do that because that's where the black cat word is going. Down there. And then that'll kind of go over top of it. I don't like that you can't see the black cat though. Would it look better by itself? Let's do some auditioning. Anybody else audition? There. It kind of... Let me think about it. Well, I have to say I do like how that looks. So that's that's going to be put down. Now we're going to go ahead. Hopefully that's not too long. Nope, that's just right. We're going to glue this. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. I've got to hang him. Okay. Getting ahead of myself. All right, I had an idea. I'm talking kind of light because my husband's in the other room. I think he's laying down and resting. You can hear me. So, okay, so here's my idea to hang the guy. I've got some of this string left over that I used just the other day. I used it on something. I can't remember what. So, I'm going to poke a hole here with my pokey tool. Hopefully it's big enough. Poke a hole here with the pokey tool. And then poke a hole up here above his head for another one. I'm going to hold that because that might not be big enough. And then I'm going through here. Might have to lick it. I don't know. Nope, went through. And then I'm going to cut him off about right there. And then come through the other side. Right there. Now this is where it might get tricky. Where I need to go through the top hole. I don't know if both of them are going to fit. That one I'll wet a little bit. It's still not wanting to cooperate though. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay, that might do it. I probably should have poked it from the other side, but okay, I'm going to cut that because that is not going in. Getting that down. Okay, sort of. And then get it kind of working on that side. Oh yeah, we're in business now. Now the other thing was a hangman's noose. Is it tight enough? Yeah. A hangman's noose is always a big coil, isn't it? I don't know if that's going to work or not. If I get a few coils in it, I'll be happy camper. Okay. But they got to be down low. They all want to be up high. Oh, the things I come up with. Alright, let me just kind of go round and around. How about that? Does that work? Works for me. Alright, now, to get it to stay there. Oh, I know. Pull him over to the other side. And use some of that washi I just cut. Yeah. I should have put a little bit of glue under there. And let's do that. Put a little glue. And pull this side up. Unless it doesn't want to. Because there is going to be something going in this side tuck pocket. So this has to be secure. Not exactly this side, but that side. No, this side. Yeah, I'm not I'm not in the game yet, am I? Okay, there we go. There. Trim that little bit off. That's sticking down. I think I'm going to go ahead and put some more on there just because of the string. I don't think anything is going to go over that. I have right there. Trim it. Oh gosh. Yeah. It's getting there, guys. It's getting there. There we go. Now, all that string is under wraps. It should be all glued down. And he's hung. Hey, like my hung man. Now it can go. Oh, nope. It's got to get its edge on there next. I forgot about the edge. So let me turn it over. Put me a bunch of glue, fabric tack along this edge. I just filled this up the other day, but it's not seeming to want to cooperate. Okay. Keep this out because I need it for that other piece there. This has got a slight curl to it, so I need to fix that. I'm just not sure how something going in and out of this pocket is going to work that well against this lace, you know. That's what you got to think about sometimes when you're putting these contraptions together. I think it'll work. It should work. Let's trim that top piece off. We don't need that. And we have to put this piece down first before we can glue our last trim. So yeah, I think that'll look good. It's going to go right there against that corner and against the top. And I figured out what to do with the spider. You know, I was having a issue there a minute ago, not knowing what I was going to do with it. Now I know. Alright, so we're going to put this down. I was giving it a second to dry. Okay, I think it's done. I'm going to actually put my cap on that glue. And I'm going to go ahead and use this one for here. Especially because I've got that lace on it and the tape up here at the top. So, yeah. And coming across. Alright, see how that does. Get that here at the bottom. I like my little hanging man. Even if it's not part of the story. You always need a hung man. Okay. It may have been somebody else's journal I saw. Because it's like they had these feet hanging down. And, yeah. I thought it was for the black cat. Alright. Let's put us... I'm just going to put it down on here and then lay that on top of it. And I can still... Yeah, I'm good. I guess I could have put that underneath of there. Okay. There. Now let's get that down and get it secure. I think I'm a little longer than I need to be. I want that little bit of a tip sticking down because it's a little scallop tip. I need to be off of this edge here. Okay. all those pieces went down in there. Okay. And I'm going to tap a little bit right here where this kind of strangeness is. Yeah. It's a little bulky right there. That's the only thing that's kind of worrying me. Okay, next we're putting down Black Cat. And he's going over top of the ribbon. Some of him may hang out the top and the bottom, but I'm okay with that. Yeah. So he's going about right there. Okay. Looks good, looks good. Okay, the spider is going to be my closing mechanism for this little piece right here. So I'm going to make a button out of it, and these are like scraps from me cutting out this pink monarch print material. So I'm just going to do 3 or 4 of them. All right, I'll do that many for now and see what we got. And then you just start stacking them. And you still want it to be pliable. So we're going to experiment after each one. I'm going to go ahead and put my spider on here. I think that would do it. Yeah. I don't want too much. I just want just enough. And since we went with finished photo for everything else, we'll go ahead and use it for the edge. And I'll kind of edge this as well. There. Okay. And it's down good. I need to put just a little bit of glue on this side. And I think I'm only going to do almost a half. Almost. Not quite. So it's going to be like that. And I'm just going to put him kind of like that. He doesn't need much to hold him down because it's just that one little thin piece of paper, which can be journaled on, by the way. So let's get this down and see how it works. Oops. At the top of my... I wonder if I need to put that down here. Let's do that. Top of my T is going to get battered if I don't secure it some way. I think it went down. I'll check it later. All right. Well, that is all of our project today. I do have a few things to show you. So here we go. Do I have something? Okay. Well, here, I've got these little guys to show you. So what we're going to do is show you how this can be used. It's a pocket here, a deep pocket as well, as you can see. Then we have a pocket here, which I really didn't show how to get into it, but I think we're going to be okay. I might want to ink the edging a little bit. I should have inked this before I went in. That's why I always do one beforehand so I can tell what I forgot. I do have some markers. I'll get a marker and get in there and kind of do that. So, yeah, and then you have this opening here, and you have the saying. It's hard to see it all. Oh, well. And then I covered the skeletons up down there, but you can still see them up here. Good grief. Well, my thought was in the right place, right? All right. And here are what I did the other day. I thought I'd give you a close-up. Here is Haunt. And now that I've thought about it, I believe the spider webs in Haunt would do better in Beware. Is that how I was going to do it? No, Fright. Okay, here was Beware, and I wasn't really sure what to put with the poison. I have a cat here. I was trying out the skeleton, and then I was trying out a witch's hat. So, yeah, this is the one. I really think that I need to take the 31 and the ghost and put on Haunt, and then the spider webs and the spider on Fright. I think that would do the better job. So the next time I make them, that's what I'll remember to do. And I really like how they turned out. And then here we go with this one. I put in a branch and the moon and the bats. Yeah. So that's how those turned out. And then my other little guys here, this is how they were. They turned out. Sometimes you have to flip that, but and again, it may be upside down. Some of them I can't tell which way I was supposed to be going. It may be that way. I got in here and I put in that cheesecloth, and behind it, this has just one life on it, and I put a few ruby faceted diamonds on there. And then we have this one. That one's a really neutral one. This one shone like the stars, and I've added some bats. Another sort of neutral one, and that one's Light the Way. And then we have this one that's, I got two here together, don't I? I've got In My Heart and some more bats. And here's one of them I showed at the beginning. It's got See the World. And another one I've added some bats to. It's Go and See Explore. Okay, that's got bats as well. So they're supposed to go, like if I have a page that I don't really have anything on, they're going to go like this. They're going to go maybe at the very top, dangle, they're going to stick out a little bit, and they got the cheesecloth that comes in. So that's how they're to be used. I don't know if they're going to be a tuck or what. It could be. And, yeah, okay. And I had a few pages left over from, I had a witch's calendar or something, and it had all these things in it. So I picked through, and I've got the things that has to do with maybe the Poe situation. So this one that has death, I've got it to where I can cut it. This is the rest of it here. And I'm going to have it like a little tuck. I'm going to make it a two-sided, guess, journal card for something to read. I will, vintage photo it up and put some spots on it to age it and rip the edges, that kind of thing. But I've got quite a few of those to go through here as well. All right, well, thank you for coming to visit, all my subscribers and viewers. I appreciate you coming by. Everybody have a healthy, a happy, and maybe a hot day. Enjoy them while they last. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.